Hey everybody, looks a little different, doesn't it? I'm outside now. What's up? So I'm going to show you one of my favorite places to run. I'm not going to run today. It's a little bit hard to, still figuring out this this lock here thing, this monopod they call it. So, but I'll be using this more and more. I teased it in my Thanksgiving video that I had ordered it, because I did, and now I got it in the mail. Or I said I was gonna order it, and I ordered it the next day on Black Friday. But check this out. It's actually part of a tripod that comes off. It's cool as fuck. So I'm here to tell you about Explorer code number 4. As you guys know, the past few days I've been doing an Explorer code every single day. There's 7 of them, and this one is actually a multi-part series, number 4. And if you haven't seen any of them yet, go ahead and watch the overview and then watch 1, 2, and 3 in that order. I'll have the links to all of them in the description below. So stop the video right now if you haven't watched those 4 yet, and go watch them in order. But the whole idea of the Explorer code is to have a guide, a little bit of a structure, but not too much structure. It's a little bit of a structure to help you figure out how to, a framework to live passionately, live in an exploratory way, and all that jazz. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about Explorer code number 4. This is going to be a 4-parter. This is going to be part 1 of it. And not on the paper, it's not on my laptop like it used to be. So today is code number 4, which is I prioritize freedom, exploration, and congruence. Now, what does that mean? So what's important in helping yourself build a structure are values. Values are super important to centering yourself, giving yourself a guide, giving yourself a compass of what to do and where to go with each decision. When you have values, decisions are easy because you know what to do with them. I'll give you a little overview on the 3 values, and I'll do a video on each of them. My watch is giving me a timer. My laundry's done. I'll give you a video on each of them. So freedom's going to be tomorrow, and then exploration is going to be the next day, and then congruence the day after that, and then I'll do Explorer code number 5. So if you're watching this live, then you might have to wait a little bit for that. But if you're watching it if you're watching it when it's all done, then congratulations, you can watch them all now. So freedom is the ability to do what you want, when you want, and how you want. Now, it's kind of obvious why that's important to live a fulfilling life. I don't really think I need to explain that. One of the interesting things about freedom is it's both internal and environmental. There's 2 parts to it. Both are important to living freely. So number 1, like the internal part is, do you have emotional baggage stopping you from doing what you want? Number 2 is, another part of that, let me just check how the recording's doing. Getting a lot of background noise. I'm going to stop the recording and then restart it with low sensitivity. Low sensitivity, perfect. All right, I had it on high sensitivity because I was testing this mic. I was so mad. I got a nice microphone, a Rode SmartLav Plus, and it's defective. It's not working, unfortunately, so I have to return that. Really made me angry. Made me quite annoyed. And so I was putting the sensitivity on high to see if it was just me or if it was the mic. And unfortunately, the mic that I got was defective, so I have to return that for now. So this will probably be better. I'll do a little filtering to make them about even, but this will be nicer to listen to. So yeah, so do you have emotional baggage stopping you from doing what you want? Like, do you feel like you have to please others, or do you feel like you can't do what you like because you don't deserve it? Things like that are emotional baggage, and that's an internal impediment to your freedom. Also, do you follow your desires, or do you do what others want you to do? That's tied to number 1. A lot of people tend to feel like they have to do what they're told to do, and that is an impediment on your internal freedom. They prevent you from doing what what you want, when you want, how you want, and they require self-improvement, insight, I have a tattoo about that on me, emotional work, and discipline to overcome. They can be overcome. These things that stop you from having internal freedom, they can be overcome, and you can achieve internal freedom. It's just good to know what they are, and that way you can expand yourself to be more internally free. But there's also environmental freedom. Do you have a job that you don't like eating up your time? Now, I'm not talking about jobs you do like where you have as much freedom as you desire. A lot of people that work for companies such as maybe Google, they love going to work, and that makes them happy and more free. I'm not talking about jobs that you love. I'm not talking about jobs that give you as much freedom as you need. I'm talking about jobs you don't like, that you're doing just because of the money, or you're doing because it gets you somewhere else, right? Those things are impediments to your external, to your environmental freedom. Do you have a toxic roommate that prevents you from doing what you want or feeling how you want in your own apartment? That's an environmental impediment to your freedom. Do you live in a rural area without the social opportunities that you crave? That's another impediment to your environmental freedom. Do you have debt and low bank balance preventing you from buying the things and experiences you deeply desire? Now, that is a very common environmental freedom impediment that some people, it's so common that unfortunately it seems to be normal. It seems to be people accept it as like, oh, I'm just a poor person, I'm just a broke person. Well, that's not true at all. That's an environmental state that you're currently in that is not permanent, that you have control over now. Might be hard for you to get control over it when you don't know how, but it's possible, and it's something that is really important. Freedom is, money is a huge, easy way to get a lot of freedom very quickly. So these things are environmental, and they impact freedom, and they require necessary action to mend. Action, consistent action, and habit. That is what mends the environmental impediments to freedom. And I'll talk about this a lot more in tomorrow's video on freedom. Exploration is self-explanatory, but a quick description is to hold a curiosity about the world and put yourself in new situations, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm going to talk a lot about that and some of my experiences in the video after that in 2 days. And if you're watching this, the replay, then it's already out. I had been, when I was going to college, I was more exploratory than a lot of people I knew, and I had this guy that I respected the hell out of. He confided in me. He came up to me crying. He was like, how do you let yourself do all these things that are new and different and interesting? I don't understand. I want to have an interesting life like you. And I won't of course say who he was, but I've had a lot of reactions like that, especially when right now I've kind of settled down a little bit. I've been a little more tame in what I do, but there is a period of time in my life where I got that constantly. I'm like, how do you let yourself be so free and explore so many new things? Like going to Colombia on a whim for 2 months without knowing the language, without having enough money to do so. Like, that's a bit intense and crazy for most people, and I wouldn't necessarily suggest everyone do something as risky as that, but it helps me, it gives me a perspective of how to explore, how to be free, and more so than I would say a lot of other people, which is why I can help you. So also, congruence is a deeper topic that I'll expand upon in this video. It's similar to authenticity and integrity. Do your actions and goals align with your goals and desires? Or are you being inauthentic? That's congruence. So to summarize, Explorer's Code number 4 is, as an explorer, I prioritize freedom, exploration, and congruence. I hope this helps you unchain your passions and live a fulfilling life. Subscribe and hit the bell to get all videos minute 1, my viewers. And until next time, tomorrow I will talk about freedom, and then exploration the next day, and then congruence. I will figure out how to hold this monopod better, something I'm working on, and I'm going to chew out Amazon for giving me a shitty defective mic. I like the ones that I have. They're good. They're not great for outside, but I'll work with it. Anyway, till later, till tomorrow, video on freedom. Cheers.